The horse is prepared for the day of battle, but victory belongs to the Lord. The horse never gets credit, except he wins the Triple Crown. Triple
Yeah, but
Crown,
so
not the Olympics, though.
I mean, a deceased horse is cover. A live horse is chaos.
Spin syllables, soliloquies so simple as these.
It's Wreckin' and Rappin', podcast with a purpose. That purpose is not to list which Ninja Turtle is the best, but we might just do that anyway, based off of their.
We all know it's Donatello.
That is a matter of opinion.
He does machines. Come on.
He does do machines.
Yeah,
not the best.
Oddly enough, I feel like Donatello would be the worst Ninja Turtle.
Why is that?
He doesn't do. He does machines. That's it.
Machines. Michelangelo's
not
a party
ninja.
Dude.
He's the most versatile one.
No, he's not. Michelangelo's the most versatile.
So a very bad ninja.
But the problem,
Why
the
did
thing
you
is,
pick
the
the
light you have to
lowest,
look.
the worst two Ninja Turtles?
He has no discipline. Why would you pick him?
You have to. It's because he's a child. He's the youngest. No one's picking Tum Tum as their favorite three ninja.
Minutes.
Three ninjas.
Yeah, but he is a child. He has so much room for potential.
They're turtles. They lived over 100 years, so they're all in turtle. I guess as teenagers, children.
I think once they made them all basically the same turtle type, it changed a little. But in the original NIS, they're not all the same type of turtle. Raphael used to be a snapping turtle, and he's no longer a snapping turtle.
But wait, because a snapping. Well, what is in the second movie? I guess that one's not a snapping turtle. It's I think he's an alligator turtle. Is it?
Oh, we're talking about wow.
Yeah,
Razor and Tonka.
I was 10. I didn't know that turtle existed, so people thought that was actually the snapping turtle. But
that's fair. They exist in the movie because they couldn't get the rights to Bebop and Rocksteady.
That's what weird. They would have had to make them talk though too. No.
Yes, but then from that, Razor and Tonka made their way into the comic books, games, and cartoon.
Itself is weird.
It
was very rushed. I think it came out the next year, maybe a year and a half later. The first movie was successful. Well, I think it was. And they started making the second one. This movie's going to be successful, so we started making the second one.
All right, so circling back, which one would you pick, Ben?
Leader.
Oh,
best turtle.
Come on.
Oh. He's the
one
turtle.
with the most emotional problems.
That's kid bait because he's got the blue, he's got the katanas, but does he have anything else?
He is a very disturbed turtle that blames himself in the movie for Shredder, for Splinter's disappearance and Michelangelo getting beat up, and just sits there depressed.
Right, and he's doing nothing. Meanwhile, Donatello is all about it.
It's all doing
Donatello, You and Corey Feldman can go hang out.
1 and 2, I think. I don't think.
I think he's 1 and 2. He's
1 and 2, 1 and 3. I think he's in. Or is he
1 and 3?
I think it might be 1 and 3. But the number 3, their costumes are weird too. I've never seen all of 3 in Turtles in Time. Either of you ever seen all of Turtles in Time?
No.
Yeah.
Well, is that when they go to China or something?
Feudal Japan or whatever?
Yeah. Or feudal Japan, that's what
it gets weird.
No, I haven't seen that. But Leonardo...
I'm pretty sure, if not all of the people, but some of the people that they switch places with are the physical human actors inside the costumes. So the stunt doubles get to be in the movie because they needed people.
It's been very rough because those costumes were very hot. Leonardo, at the number 2, it's between... Raphael's a hothead. That's what's against him.
Yeah, but then what if we go into the last Ronin universe, where Michelangelo's the only one who's still alive?
Spoilers. That doesn't count at all, then.
Is this an old man Logan of the Turtles?
Yeah, it's basically old man Logan of the Turtles. But it shows that Michelangelo has such room for growth.
That's weird. Why? I don't think
he also has outside of Raphael has one of the most non-weapon weapons.
What?
Raphael is a weapon. It just wasn't originally invented as a weapon.
Exactly. And
What do
nunchucks
you mean
weren't invented as a
non-weapon
weapon either.
weapons? Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It means they're versatile. Like a katana does what a katana does.
Yeah. What about a bow staff? You can
It
do
does
all
what it
sorts of
does.
stuff with that.
They're both weapons.
I mean,
Whereas like
Yeah.
the sai and nunchucks were not created as an.
You can use the bow staff as a lever.
I'm pretty sure they're both farming equipment.
I mean, nunchucks aren't a weapon; they're a training tool. Like nobody.
Yeah, nunchucks aren't farming equipment at all.
No, but nunchucks
I'm
became.
pretty sure they were grown out of farming equipment.
Nunchucks?
What are you gonna do with
No.
What are you gonna do with
Some
that?
sort of like
just
wheat
hit
chopping
corn and wheat with it.
So nunchucks became a weapon. Like people thought they were cool. It became like used as a weapon because of Bruce Lee. He was good at nunchucks. It's like a control thing, is what nunchucks were used for. And when you're good at nunchucks, it looks really cool. Size or
and then I mean
they are farming equipment. They're used
defensive.
for they're for aerating the soil. They put holes in the ground.
A bow staff goes along with your argument of farming equipment. It's just a stick.
You can't use a bow staff on the farm.
And these
it's
are the
just
reasons.
A stick at that point.
These are the reasons Leonardo is the coolest, the best, because he has an actual weapon.
Attach it to a shovel head. Yeah. Use it with an axe head. You can use it with everything. It's versatile.
It's
very versatile.
That's one of those things where you say that just because you have a good tool, like, makes you a better, I guess, craftsman. And it's like, Leonardo's all the tool. Like, without his katanas, he's nothing.
The katanas in the movies, because apparently cutting
because they
runaway
show
kids
that.
in half. That cat moved.
There's a reason they changed the Foot Clan to robots in the game and the comics. Well, I guess not in the comics, in the cartoon. In the comics, I think they do cut people in half.
Just to make fun of fist or hand? What is it?
The hand.
The hand.
Yeah, it's not to make fun of. They're in the same universe.
Is what? But yeah.
The same chemical that blinded Matt Murdock is the chemical that made the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Ooze?
Yeah, that's radioactive. It is that same accident that Murdock had that blinded him, drained into the sewer, and created the turtles. And that's why the foot is the opposite of the hand, which is the bad guys that Daredevil fights.
I've never read Daredevil.
Good to know.
All right. So we've already...
Now on to the access topic.
Yeah, now on to the stuff we're supposed to do, because we've already gone off track without even starting. All right. So I did have a list of what I was supposed to read, but I closed it. I don't know why. Oh, all right. So I'm supposed to start with the wrap, because it's not what Chris does. This is how prepared I am for this.
Go Ninja,
I'll
go
explain
Ninja.
why it's ironic in moments.
Ninja, rap.
You don't ban activities with Ben tendencies. Bens are your friends. Bens are your enemies. With Ben energy to do what you do. Ben! Or whatever, still hopefully within parody copyright laws.
I would say it's copyright infringement.
It's a parody.
I mean, yeah, it's also not over 15 seconds.
Right.
I don't know.
But I declare it fair use.
Yeah, for like the Beatles, I think it's like you play like 3 seconds of the Beatles, it's like $1 million. So if anybody's ever recording you and you don't want them to, just start singing "Hey Jude," and if somebody's recording something, to have it stop and not being able to be put online, just play a song.
That's actually kind of cool. It's good to know.
Right, Laws?
Anyway. Yeah, you just play the Beatles on audio, and then like people can't like.
And that's one that's very heavily enforced. The Beatles, because that's what TV shows do. Like you never see it on there, and
Apple had to pay a lot to the Beatles. Because apparently the Beatles had their original, I don't know, not their management, but I guess their corporation was called Apple Corps. And so like when the Apple computer came to existence, they were sued by the Beatles, and they ended up paying the money. And then there was a lawsuit that Apple could never make music products. And then Apple made music products, and so they had to pay the Beatles more money. And then after a while, I think Apple's bought the Beatles company and then just allowed them to use the logo and the name.
Apple owned the Beatle rights, because I know that was the thing for a while, that you couldn't get Beatles on iTunes because they didn't have it. I know Michael Jackson.
I thought Michael Jackson owned the rights to their music.
Did own it for a very long time, which very much upset Paul McCartney.
It was taken out.
I mean, that's why you got to be like Motley Crue and get the rights to your own music.
A song about that, and it's good advice. You have to start what is it called? It's given advice that you start your own record company and you sign yourself to your company and you copyright your own name, so then it doesn't own your name like Vince McMahon.
That's kind of cool.
The similar way. That's why
I thought it was going to be Chameleonaire.
Apparently, is a different type of genius investor, though. Yeah. All of his
What's
writing.
it called? John Cena still has to have agreements with his name when he does movies.
It's his character. Well, he's also doing the persona.
It's his name, but it's also because WWE owns his name.
Yeah. Well, that's what Warrior. Warrior is what his name became. The Ultimate Warrior. When he left, he legally changed his last name to Warrior, and they tried to sue him over that. So he's like, nope, my name is Jim Warrior, and then they won. And
he changed his middle name to Ultimate.
No. So when he appeared at WCW later, he was just the Warrior. So he was legally Jim Warrior.
But like a Max Powers
comic and
Max Power,
or Will Powers. Yeah. He's an indie driver. There's an indie driver named Will Powers. Had I have known that joke. I'm trying to think of what other weird.
Recently saw a British thing where Disney didn't sue them, but the I guess United Kingdom didn't allow this family to get a passport because their son's middle name was Skywalker, and they were like, "Yo, you got to change that or get permission from Disney." And then apparently, like, it ended up being okay.
Well, kind of goes.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to get hung up on.
Right?
Disney's notorious for stuff like that. But this all feeds into.
No, Disney didn't do it. It was the government.
Oh,
officials.
The government did it because they were afraid of Disney.
If you're not South Park, everybody else is kind of afraid of Disney.
Why? What are they gonna do?
Media
business. Is that the topic for this week? Is the fear of Disney?
No, that's just part of life. But it all feeds into the topic. The topic is: are you really preparing to fail if you fail to prepare? We're going to talk about being prepared.
Be prepared.
Yes. Say before we get into the song,
the death of the king.
That is
he
sung
sick?
by the hero from The Lion King. We'll discuss this song. Yes, he is the hero of The Lion King. We will go over that as well if you wish. Because before we get off on a tangent, I don't think so.
He has no godly powers.
Before we go off on a tangent, what? He's the hero. We have to. Chris was going to yell at us if we don't follow his steps, even though I've already completely abandoned the Shakespeare. But the Bible, we're going to read a proverb from Proverbs 21:31. The horse is prepared for the day of battle, but victory belongs to the Lord. I just like the idea of a horse getting ready to go battle. It's just like ready to fight on its own.
You prepare the horse for battle. It doesn't prepare itself.
Prepared for battle.
So you get ready for something, but the winning and the victory goes to the Lord.
Yeah.
So that means
horse
prepare.
Gets no
credit. Except he wins the Triple Crown. Triple Crown,
but
not the Olympics, though.
I mean, a deceased horse is cover. A live horse is chaos.
All right.
So if you're ever in a war where there's horses, don't eliminate the horse. Leave the horse, because the horse running around on its own would be crazy. But if you lie down the horse, it becomes a very good source of.
You know what? That's a good thing to know for mounted combat that we normally engage in the 21st century.
That I say George Washington was completely insane. It's because there was a battle that he had a horse shot out from under him. He then just got another horse and went right back up to the front line. I think he had it happen twice. I think he went through 3 horses. It's like, somebody's trying to destroy me.
People don't seem to care for the horses in war. There should be a horse memorial.
It's the fact that people are obviously going right for you, so what you probably shouldn't go get another horse and get right there. He also said that he'd love to hear the bullets whiz by his head. Which is kind of
also in like the olden times when we did have mounted combat, usually the only mounted people were higher rankers, and those are the ones people aim for first.
Yeah.
So
and they
really put themselves on a pedestal.
Another horse.
Yeah, there's got another horse. Yeah. Yeah, but they used very hard to aim back then. That's why cannons were so
War has to suck for horses. They made a whole movie about it. War Horse.
War Horse. I believe that's.
I never saw it.
I believe that's
Is
a
it any good?
particular
I've never
horse.
saw it either.
One horse named War Horse. I think.
Ah.
Is he?
But yeah, like
Make me
he
look
got a
up the
movie
horse.
at least. There's so many other horses that don't get movies.
Like Man o' War. Man o' War should get a home movie.
Yeah. I mean, but that Man of War is
The
basically
ship?
Seabiscuit.
Well, Man o' War is better than Seabiscuit, not the ship. The horse that like
It's
is
basically the same though.
what?
Like
He's-
if you were going to make a Man of War movie, it'd be basically be the same movie as
Man o'
Seabiscuit.
War. He's like the horse that's related to every successful horse ever, and him
I
and
feel like any racehorse movie is the same movie.
No, there's that zebra one starring Frankie Muniz.
All right, besides that one, they're all the same movie.
they're all descendants of no, because Secretariat and Seabiscuit are one was bred to be a winner and one was like a horses. I don't remember which one.
So they breed them to be losers?
One of them is a descendant of Man o' War and War Admiral.
One is just someone owned a horse and they were like, I want this to be a racehorse.
Right, like he had a losing record. I don't know
Well, I
which
mean,
one it was.
at
I
that
haven't
point,
seen
it
either
sounds like-
movie.
It sounds like
I think-
someone planned for one of their horses to be good and the other person didn't. But the
Yeah.
other one did good.
Well, because one was let's see, Man o' War. His racing was it just after war? He won 20 of 21 races. He won $259,000.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I
hope
know.
that horse put that into a solid investment.
Horses are expensive.
Of about
They
$4
eat a
million
lot.
today. And horses do
Nice.
eat a lot.
Nice purse.
Okay.
I don't know how
I
much
know.
they defecate though.
Get anywhere
Geese
they
defecate
want.
their body weight daily.
How much does a person defecate?
Well, this
Geese-
is probably gonna get cut now.
Geese are also jerks. Jerks.
Yeah, well, they're very protective.
Delicious
Alright.
shirt.
Okay. Well, I was looking up Man o' War. We're not just that. We're discussing being prepared and if it's good. And we can discuss as I said, the hero of the Lion King if you want, which I'd rather discuss first, whether you should be prepared or Scar, who, despite having a song about being
I mean-
prepared, why is not prepared?
He was prepared to overthrow the king. That's all that song was. The song was telling the hyenas to get ready for him to do what he's about to do, and that was it. There was no thought out plan.
He didn't have the foresight of.
So what? He wasn't prepared for the return of the king when Simba came back,
I do
but
like the return of
he
the
was
king.
prepared for everything else.
Yeah. But on top of that, Simba has magical powers. I think that makes him better.
What magical powers does he have?
He brings the rain. He
Credited
shows
for
back
it.
up and ends the drought.
Simba is
No,
just.
he just
He
fixed the
brought
circle
rain
of
to
life.
the savannah.
He did it
Like
He
just
just-
his existence brought rain.
and got credit. Like it rained when Simba came back. It's like he got credited for it. He's just that.
Or
Showed
he
up.
did that.
No, not Simba's. He's a nepo baby.
Are you
that
sure?
Started
His
screaming orders as
his
soon as he found out he was
ancestors
going to be in
live in the
charge.
sky, and so Simba shows up and
So
yells,
does
"Help me to the
Scar's
sky!" And then it starts raining. Scar
Scar's-
has no ancestors.
He has the same ancestors as Simba, which is why Simba had to leave the Pride.
I don't think they're actually related. We'll
Simba-
find out when Mufasa comes out in the future.
Scar was the only
But I don't
one
think
that's
Scar and Mufasa are related.
interested in keeping the Pride alive by having the young male lion leave and not reproduce with all of his relatives. Scar was the
Yeah, but
only
he was
kind
also being lazy. He wasn't doing any of the stuff himself.
of lion. That's what they do.
That's fair. They're pretty bad.
It's not his
All right.
fault.
So
The-
about being prepared. I'm re-railing this train.
Scars are.
So you mean in like general life, being prepared for anything?
Preparing for
Should you
things
be
you
prepared?
do. Is it good to prepare, or where does being over prepared come? Where does it become obsessive, or where does it become a problem?
Like
to
being
prepare?
a prepper?
A prepper? Well,
Prepper's being like over prepared.
yeah. Like, so is that
You're
the
preparing
line?
for a doom and gloom doomsday that
yeah.
may or may
Building
not come.
a bunker in your basement and dedicating hours to collecting cans? Is that the
Well,
line of
Now
too
in
much?
2020, they were a little right. They were a little right.
about chaos coming? Yeah. I missed that whole
About
day.
being over prepared.
I actually
But
home
no.
from work. I had no idea what was going on. I was doing work. I was working from home, and so I came home. I was like, well, "What's all this going on?" Like, I don't know. I didn't see it in the news at all. I was not prepared for the reality of the world.
I think it was out the night before when they made it. They're like, all right, tomorrow we'll shut it down.
Just all that.
I was like, I guess it's the last night I'm going out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was it happened on a Friday. They made the decision.
Oh no, I meant the
Is-
particular event in 2020 that was very large. With I was thinking of a different type of chaos ensuing, not the world being shut down. War.
2020, a lot happened.
Yeah. It was a lot.
I don't know.
I was thinking of the brief war overflow over people attempting to overthrow.
That was 2021.
I guess it's
yeah.
Months. Alright. But no, I mean,
He was like touching on the mics and all that.
to apologize, and then the NBA had to
but
postpone.
the extreme preppers are preparing for a specific thing, and I think that's not really being prepared for things.
No, it's not a specific thing. It's a generalized, just all things going bad.
Yeah,
Like-
but that's the thing. Like, you're not just
Things
like,
go
oh, I
bad.
have this extra battery in case, like, we lose power, or in case this thing that, like, you're like, you're not a blanket prepared. You're a specific
They're
prepared.
ready for if power goes out, or if a Cloverfield monster attacks. Maybe if a kaiju.
But that's not how they view it, though. Like,
Not
there's a
not
difference between,
necessarily.
like, oh, do you have
It
extra
all
batteries?
depends.
Cloverfield.
I think
Lane?
that the preparation is for societal
10
collapse.
Cloverfield Lane.
10 Cloverfield.
So that
Yeah,
could be caused by so many things, including a kaiju stomping around,
Yeah.
knocking stuff over. So is that bad?
Yeah, that's what I think of John Goodman
Yeah,
in
I
10
mean-
Cloverfield Lane. He was probably not prepared for. I'm not sure if it. I think it's aliens actually in that movie, but
Yeah.
yeah. So he
There's
just
still
happened to
kaiju.
be prepared for it. There was a whole big
Right.
thing about that. Yeah,
But, like-
he was just ready.
No. I feel there's a
Prepared
difference,
versus-
though, of being, like, I don't know, I guess emotionally prepared for things compared to, like, oh, I have a box full of stuff. I feel
Different
that's more
events.
important. Like,
You're-
to be able to handle things.
Like going back to school, you did all your papers, your books, and all that.
Into school
Show up the
zone.
first day, and you're ready. You got your laptop, backpack.
I feel
You walk
All
in.
that.
there's
in
much more of an
school.
emotional level to that than there is the physical level.
You think so?
Because you do
I
have
think
to
I'm-
physically buy all the stuff. But I mean, I guess
Yeah,
is
but like
it-
if you don't have all the stuff on day one, it doesn't really matter as much as like how you handle the new experience.
so I guess that's the question: is which is more important, and like which is it better to focus on just getting all the
All
stuff?
of it is part of preparing, though. The physical
Yeah, I know,
items,
but I
and
feel
the
like-
emotional.
Like I feel like that people don't take into consideration the emotional aspect of preparation, though.
But I think you getting stuff, gathering stuff to prepare, is also a part of your emotional preparedness, though. Because
Yeah,
now it's like you accepting that it's going to happen, or it could happen, or
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
it's going to happen, depending on what
it
the
can also
circumstances.
allow you though to focus. If you focus on just getting all the stuff, you can not like think about
Forget
what's going
the
to happen.
rest of the world.
Kind of. If you obsess over and focus
Yeah,
on just
I mean-
doing certain thing, like I'm just get by my books. I'm not thinking that I'm going back to school tomorrow. Just make sure I get all my books, I have my pencils ready, and like it can help comfort you to. It's like an avoidance almost,
I see it as an easing into it.
because you aren't forgetting that it's going to happen and trying to ignore it.
No, you probably shouldn't, because then you wouldn't be prepared when it does.
So I'm saying like it's not necessarily good, but it's also if you obsess over it, is that worse? I mean, if you just like gotta go back to school, I mean, where's the line between being prepared and anxiety?
I think this is the plot of Inside Out 2.
Of them.
I've never seen.
I
It's
I
did
alright,
think-
just watch the first one. Don't waste your time.
I expressed my problems with Inside Out 2 already, but they are not appropriate for a podcast.
Oh well, I guess talking about problems.
Chris is supposed to be a teenager. Alex, what?
Transition.
Why are you the red Inside Out character today? Is it the red?
Yeah, that's anger.
That
Lewis Black. I don't know. This one, it's more gonna sound more whiny than anything, but eye fatigue
What?
or eye strain.
You're fatigued.
Oh, eye strain. Where are your blue blocker
Like-
glasses at? Your blue light
I do
blocker
have
glasses.
them. I do feel that they do help, but like I know for a fact that I don't blink enough because I've gone to an eye doctor and they told me I need to blink more.
There's a right amount of
Just-
blink. That's an actual.
You just have your eyes open for like
Yeah.
minutes on end.
I think your eyes
Staring.
might be
I
dehydrated
noticed,
because
like,
you don't
when I'm-
consume water. I mean, that could also be part of
No,
it.
I went to the eye doctor and they're like, you need to blink because apparently if I'm staring at a screen, don't like blink enough. Especially if I'm doing a task, like I noticed playing a video game that I'm just so focused on the thing, just shut off bodily function. So eye strain is really getting annoying lately, and like I've started wearing blue glasses so they don't hurt as much. But I definitely was wearing them the other day, and like I could feel a tear coming out the side of my eye because I just wasn't like they blinking enough.
Like you were wearing blue blockers for TV, or why were you wearing? Like,
Well, I mean, for all screens.
I don't know if you
they
were
make
wearing
a
the
difference.
sunglasses. Just kind of.
No, that wouldn't. I mean,
They
I'm not going outside. Who
That's-
does that?
Alex does not go outside. See, sunglasses are my thing.
Yeah, exactly.
too
I
long.
don't do sunglasses. Well, I went to the eye doctor a year or so ago because my eyes were hurting, and they straight up were like, "Oh, you don't blink. That's not healthy." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And dude, like when you have to think about blinking, there's a different level of mental.
So, you went to the doctors a year ago, and you're just getting around to getting.
How
It's
do you
just when
not
I know
bl-
that the issue.
I blink
Don't
too much,
know.
some say. I barely open my eyes all the way. How could you just like never blink? Or just
Yo,
seldom blink?
I
That's so
don't
weird.
close my eyes when I sleep,
What?
and that's a problem. Yeah.
I
Like all the time?
Yeah, I don't close my eyes all the way apparently.
You sleep with your eyes open.
Enough.
How?
So
How do you
there's
sleep?
this time that
that's
when I
why your
met
eyes
my
hurt. They're drying out.
yeah, because I don't blink. But
You shut
there was a
them. You
time
just-
when I met my in-laws for like one of the first times, I was very tired and we weren't doing anything, so I was sitting on the chair and I fell asleep real quick, sitting up in a chair. And I found out later that they got upset because they thought I was faking being asleep. Because apparently I was just sitting very still with my eyes open. Like open enough, not like open, but like not shut all the way that you're like, is this real? And yeah, no, I sleep with my eyes
this
slightly
just
open.
hurts already. It's a darn harvest.
Not that open.
Wow.
Your offspring sleeps with their eyes open. You should go check it out.
Creepy in their own ways.
The oldest one for sure. Because I watched it and I was like, is he faking this? So I know for a fact it's genetic.
So sleeping with your eyes open. All right. That's that might be the root cause of your problem right there.
Yeah, I get you.
You wrecked your own self.
We're gonna play.
I mean,
we're gonna play Fix It Felix here. Get an eye mask. You're going to solve your problem.
yo,
You can then.
I did just recently order one from Kickstarter.
Why
A
would
sleep
you need
mask?
a Kickstarter eye mask?
Because it's one that has like a double side band that wraps around your ears, and the way it sits on your face, it allows you to sleep like on your side or on your face and without messing it up.
Wait, what about a normal one wouldn't allow you to sleep on your side?
Yo, bro, I don't know, but this looks real good, and I was like, done.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, I guess if it's fan. I mean, I bought a pen off Kickstarter, but it doesn't say weird stuff, so I can't really judge. I guess
It's
a
historic.
weird, like bold action pen. Kickstarter's historic or iMask?
Yeah, that's a cool pen though. I've
Okay.
seen that one.
Yeah, bold action. It has a little spinny thing on the top too. So I actually never used it as a pen. I've only ever played with it as a fidget.
That's why it was
Yeah.
created.
That's how they get me. So speaking of historic things, what are you going to teach
So
us?
this week in history, September 28th, 2008, the first successful Falcon 1 launch from SpaceX happened. It was the first privately developed fully liquid fueled rocket launch to go into Earth's orbit, and that sparked the private space revolution that we're currently in the early beginnings of, where everybody's sending stuff to space, sending people to space on space tourism and stuff like that. So just the beginning, but it started 2008.
For fuel before that, if it's not liquid.
No, like rockets like NASA and stuff, the government agencies, they use liquid fueled rockets. The first privately one that was fully liquid fueled was SpaceX. So before they did a combination of solid rocket fuel with some liquid, and it wasn't. I don't think they were that large rockets going in privately. There wasn't like some type of funded mission by the government.
A rich person. It was just like a fourth grade science fair. Those type of rockets.
Yeah, I mean, those people that build pretty big rockets that go pretty high and like go into like space.
Yeah.
But this is the first one that went into Earth's orbit that was private from a private engineer's perspective.
That's kind of cool.
Afford a rocket. I don't know what I would do with it. Actually, I'd probably waste it, but it would be awesome if I could send a rocket into space.
You'd end up blowing up your mother's fence. It's a plot
baseball.
in October Sky. Oh, it's a great movie. It's one of my favorites.
Talk more about Disney characters being prepared. I believe Hercules, I would say, was the most prepared in all of the Disney movies.
We're talking specifically Disney then, because the real story of Hercules is way different than the Disney movie.
How so?
Outside of the Megara stuff, I think it's pretty because he does all of the
There's a
trials.
lot more to the Hercules stuff though.
But I
saw an article online once about people complaining about dates, and they were like, "Oh, I was talking about Greek mythology," and then my date argued with me and said Zeus only had one son, Hercules, and it's like, yeah.
Yes, they did tone it down and make it much more family friendly. For that stuff, but I was thinking of Hercules' journey, the labors of Hercules. Yeah, like they are all actually represented.
He does none of the real
he does do all the labors,
but he doesn't do them.
Well,
he doesn't
clean the
do them in the movie.
He doesn't clean the stables. I believe that
the Medusa and the
that's in the movie. It's all during the song, the Zero to Hero song.
That's not like
you just want to see him do. You want to watch him clean the stables.
You want
does he even do
legendary
all that?
Journey of certain sorts.
Yes. A turbo to show you all of his
I don't know the show enough that if he happens to do all of them. But then you could gender swap it and make Xena the warrior princess.
That wasn't really a gender
she's a
swap.
separate character all on her own.
Yeah.
She is an Amazonian
but it's
princess.
Basically Hercules has a male sidekick, Xena has a female sidekick, and they do have crossover episodes, but they're basically, as TV shows go, just gender swap shows.
That's like saying
Superman
and
Wonder Woman. Yeah, but they did it
differently,
where they didn't just like pick and choose. Yeah. They made a wholly separate character, and they made a wholly separate story, and they just took that original concept and then ran with it.
I think Xena's actually
way better than
Xena is a more developed character throughout the series than Hercules becomes too.
Yeah,
like it's actually.
I think Xena's a better show, but
usually for spinoffs and that type of thing, that one is not.
Yeah,
like, Xena surpasses Hercules, and so it beats all gender swap stereotype things.
Well, that was before when it was just they actually put thought into gender swapping stuff instead of just
they do now. Well,
instead of just actually swapping the genders.
Just literally, and that's all they do. And forget to write the character.
Don't write the character.
Well, no, Lola Bunny exists because you have to create a female antagonist for your male antagonist. They need a love interest. So you just make the female version of the male.
Just for Space Jam, that's where Lola comes in.
Actually, they needed a female.
Before that, Bugs never really had another bunny.
He never really interacted with
No, but then they made Buster and Babs, who were both technically parts of Bugs Bunny.
Yeah. Or is this
niece? That's their existence. Is like they're like
they weren't.
They're both character versions of Bugs Bunny. Like they took each aspect from Bugs' original character.
All right, because they're not.
So if you put them
really-
together, Captain Planet style,
Their cat
you get a
powers
Bugs Bunny.
combined.
do
Yeah.
a fusion dance.
Well, I guess that's probably a better way of doing with two people.
I was just making DBZ references. For anybody that doesn't know. Who's the best prepared? I've never seen Mulan, but I guess Mulan was prepared, but that maybe not by her own
Not really,
choosing.
because war comes and then she
But
pretends to be a boy.
But
So
Donny
she's not
Osmond,
really prepared.
say Donny Osmond makes a man out of her.
Yeah.
And that's the song.
So Donny Osmond was prepared.
was prepared for when the Huns did come. I've never seen the movie again. I don't.
No, because I mean she just got better. She got more prepared. But even then,
Yeah,
was
that's
she really
prepared.
prepared?
Yeah, that's preparing. That is
She
literally what
used
she
a
was
rocket
doing.
and shot it at a mountain and hoped. There was very much just hope in Mulan. There's not preparation.
That
Training is
I think
preparation.
yeah, and
Well,
hoping
alright, but,
is
That's
part
exactly
of
what
that.
that is.
Yeah.
Okay, so then by this argument, then Mulan proves that you don't fail if you don't prepare. Because they prepared one way, and then everything went sideways, and they did something else, and boom,
But
they
was it like
saved the day.
they just transferred the skills to a different
Yeah.
way? Yeah.
She
they-
shot a rocket at a mountain. That was no skill. That was not part
Yeah,
of the
but
song.
she had the rocket.
Yeah.
If
They
you
were
didn't have
ready.
the rocket,
They were
wouldn't
fireworks.
yeah, you still prepared to have something.
Yeah.
It's still prepared.
I don't think so. No, he wasn't.
I
'Cause if he
mean,
was, he wouldn't have fallen off a roof.
but I'm pretty sure parachutes did not exist in.
There were no OSHA guidelines for fighting on sloped roofs, harnessed
pretty
in and all that.
sure
There's no
there's
OSHA in France.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's no OSHA
That's
guidelines
fair.
for fighting either. Any commission regulates that. Yeah.
There's some new guidelines for hard hats that are coming out. That man, that's a rabbit hole. If anyone wants to go into it, hard hat TikTok.
Hard hat
Intrigued.
TikTok.
What is this like the
I'm
way
not
that,
going down that rabbit hole. I can't do it.
I mean,
Hard hat.
is it like
TikTok.
the way they're changing NFL helmets for like? Have you seen that
Kinda.
weird thing they put on top of that? Some people wearing their helmets now.
I still
The
don't
bubble?
think that would work.
Yeah,
I don't
like
understand
the
how
bubble.
that
It
makes
looks like
sense.
pads. Like it's weird.
Yeah, so why
Well, it
not
looks
make
like a
the
rugby
better?
helmet on top of a football
Yeah, it
helmet.
kind of does look like a scrum cap. But why would what good does it? I don't know how it works. It's weird.
Just make the helmet better. Make a newer helmet. Make it
Yeah.
better.
There's so much.
They really can't.
Well, every time they do, people don't want to wear the new helmets. They want like I've been wearing this type of helmet forever. It's like, all right, well, grandfather you in, and then like that happens a lot. There's all these type of weird.
Be prepared for change emotionally.
Athletes are not prepared for change at all. Like
That's fair.
that's why they goalies are considered head cases because anything goes out of the pattern of normalness, they do not handle it well.
I feel like the
But that's where it goes. If you're over prepared, you start to become neurotic. That if I didn't do this exact thing right to prepare, it's all going to fail.
well, that's fair.
So,
So there's flaws to both sides of the argument.
yeah,
Not really.
over
There's not
prepare.
that many flaws to the preparedness thing.
You have to
You know, because
prepare
you could be too prepared.
if you over prepare.
Yeah, just don't get
Don't over.
like learn where to stop. Have
so
some
just
level
don't
of
be too
preparedness.
prepared, but don't be too underprepared either.
I
Wow,
think
we
that's
solved
the
it!
trouble.
Yay!
Don't have your basement full of cans of green beans. You have to learn when you have enough.
Just half can.
Just half full. Make sure you have some beef stew in there too, because you need protein.
I don't know how a game will fit into this, because the only game I was thinking went along with change, and it would just be like Ben's like, how much change is in my pocket? Come on.
I got nothing. I said I couldn't think of a game. I was
Uh,
All right, rock paper scissors to end it.
changed. All I've got in my pocket is I got
Well-
a knife, I got a Kickstarter, and a cat that's going from my camera. What's the coolest
we might have
wrestling
time for the
finishing move
trolley
ever? Go. Coolest
The
wrestling finishing
Hurricanrana.
move. Huh?
the Hurricanrana.
The
Hard
big
fries.
boot.
Oh, it's the Burning Hammer. Burning Hammer is the best wrestling move ever. Actually, I guess being Ultimo Dragon would probably be the. I'd have to go with Dragon Sleeper. He also did invent other moves. He was actually an innovator of moves and the style, the Ultimo Dragon Mask. When he wrestled through the 90s, he had at one point he was doing a belt collector, was his kind of character. He went between a bunch of things, Japan and Mexico, and he had a whole bunch of belts.
I don't know why I thought like physical pants belt, like he was stealing people's belts. Such a weird character. Like
he just runs around in the back, just stealing belts from pants.
What was that? Rey Mysterio's the 369. Is that the one?
That's very serious because that's San Diego.
I like that one.
I want to say area code. Yeah, there was a time he stopped doing it after that one man perished.
Yeah,
but that was not his fault.
Always squeezing in the trolley.
Besides that one time, I do like that move.
I mean, there are some cool luchador wrestling. The King, I don't know his actual name in Mexico. He's cats move the computer. Really good. I believe he tore his ACL because he was out for a little bit. All right, but so for a game, we're just going to do the trolley game. We're going to do morals. I have not looked at these cards because I had my wife pick them. So, on the one side of the tracks, we have a rare and beautiful flower that contains the cure to cancer and AIDS. But also with that is the artificial intelligence that will one day enslave humanity.
ChatGPT.
That sounds like a future problem.
Well, it is a future because it said one day. And on the other side is enough food to feed all the starving kids on Earth. But also there.
Just the kids, huh?
We're all someone's kid, though. A doctor who is secretly poisoning their patients is the trolley.
I think we have to go with the doctor because, like...
All right, I got one question about the food. How long is it feeding the kids? For one day? For 1 year? Forever?
Is it one meal or is it
starving?
Forever?
So we're going to eliminate starvation. I'm going to say it includes...
For one day,
bags of seeds here. No. There are bags of seeds as well.
Or is that bags of rice?
No, there's both bags and there's rice and seeds. So it's enough to.
I'm getting rid of them.
Continuously replenish and plant. It's enough for agriculture as well.
I'm going to go with.
I feel like that already exists. The agriculture and seeds.
Agriculture, yes, agriculture exists.
No, I meant to the people that need it. Yes, but it's so they have it and can produce their own food and continue.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that commodity already exists.
But there's no
word getting it to them is what
taking it.
What doesn't?
There's a few movies about it.
Yeah, getting the resources to the people is what is lacking.
I think it's the good nurse.
I'm gonna run that over.
Yeah,
you're gonna run that. So
we're getting rid of that.
Robot that's going to enslave us.
We're keeping Skynet.
Yeah, you know what? Because the robot is also gonna find a more efficient way to get the kids food.
Before he's preparing for the robots to make a better future for us.
He's going to feed everybody first.
Like
he's cool,
cool
with the Matrix
style. Yeah, so it's going to find the best way to sustain the people that it uses as human slaves.
Do you want starving children or do you not want starving children? This is how you
as
get
long as
those
no one wakes you up. The Matrix isn't a bad place.
Right? One guy that wants to go into the Matrix, despite actually, I guess he wants to go back into it. Well, doesn't he? He's not one of the ones that were born outside of it.
Yeah, he doesn't want to leave it. He wants to forget that there's a real world.
Yeah, the guy eating a steak.
Yeah.
Was it Cyphers?
I think Cypher.
Cypher?
Yeah.
Sounds
he's the one that lets the bad guys enter the ship, but they cut that scene out. Yeah, even though despite it's like pivotal in the movie. But, All right. Remember to go buy stuff for my wife at Epsy shop. It is...
Mama 3 Boutique.
I should know that. And if you use Wrecking at checkout, you will receive 10% off your purchases. You can get... she did make the sweet banana shirts. And I had a party animals for my beloved party animals victory over the Savannah Bananas last weekend. We all witnessed. Everywhere. Google... Maps, leave reviews. He likes the reviews. Give him suggestions of places to go to review. See if he agrees with your opinions of things. It's my cat. Yeah, Alex needs things to... Your suggestion of something that you can go to. Maybe they're saying it's good.
I mean, I probably won't agree with them.
I thought you said you probably won't to. Yeah. You should go, leave Alex suggestions of what to review, and he will review, and he may or may not agree with you, and just be prepared for him to wreck your...
Exactly.
I might post something one day.
Flizzo with a PH.
Oh, there's a hurricane coming. Stay dry. Fire. Con Dios.
Deuces.
Adios.